Brunch isn't the only way Evanston residents are celebrating Mother's Day. Here at Seville Flowers, customers can buy a variety of arrangements. Thanks, Jamie. I'm here on Keller Street where two houses were involved in a fire earlier today. At USI, over 500 students are moving into the dorms today. The city plans to add a hero home to Letcher Street. This means that a police officer will live in the community that they patrol. You might know that there's fluoride in your toothpaste, or remember getting it painted on your teeth at the dentist. But did you know that there's probably fluoride in your water?
So you might have heard of stones or rocks in curling. That's this. We turned it at either 2 or 10 o'clock while we were curling, and then gently turned it so that it could rotate as it slid across the ice. It's one of 2 pieces on campus created by Joan Miro. This cast bronze piece called Constellation was created in 1971, and it references a meteor or a planet.
Welcome to the Praline Cauldron, downtown Evanston's newest French bakery.
$90 million. That's about how much Evanston Skokie District 65 is in debt, leaving the district scrambling to make major budget cuts this fiscal year. One of its most recent efforts, eliminating school counselor positions.
These are not expendable positions. These are highly trained professionals.
The administration originally notified all 9 school counselors across Haven and Nichols middle schools that their positions were being cut. But just 4 days later, the board voted 5-2 to cut just 2 counselors and find money to keep the other 7. The decision coming after worries about the potential impact on students' mental health.
We want academic success for our students, no doubt about it. But that can't happen if social emotionally they're not present in the classroom.
Even though the district reduced the number of cuts to 1 counselor from each middle school, there are still concerns. Donna Dortzbach is the 7th grade counselor at Nichols Middle School. In a statement to NNN, she said, quote, "I fear that students' needs will begin to fall through the cracks, and counselors will be forced to react to situations instead of proactively planning and teaching skills." Now, Dortzbach is unsure if she will lose her job. Community members are also worried. Derek Weeks is a residential counselor for Lydia Home, a nonprofit supporting children in foster care. He works with some Nichols Middle School students.
These kids need help nowadays, with everything. You never know what they need. They need a mentor, counselor, somebody they can look up to so they can, better their life, better their future.
In a letter sent to staff and families Saturday, District 65 Superintendent Dr. Angel Turner said, quote, "This adjustment reflects the administration and school board's commitment to being responsive to community input while continuing to address our financial realities." Mila Branson, Northwestern News Network. Anita Bassi isn't afraid to put in the work.
It feels like everything that sort of happened in my undergrad worked together for my ultimate good.
The McCormick 5th year was recently named a Schwartzman Scholar. The prestigious program will take her to China for a fully funded 1-year master's in global affairs at Tsinghua University.
As someone who wants to do global health technologies, I feel like it's really important to get the policy aspect of it, and the experience in China is just sort of invaluable from the biotechnology point of view.
Bassi is a biomedical engineering major and has experience with research in McCormick and Feinberg School of Medicine. She's planning to study how China's healthcare system has changed over the past 40 years.
Getting a sense of how they were able to use policy and technology together is really just what I'm aiming to do while I'm there for that year.
Bassi will join a cohort of 150 scholars from 40 countries in Beijing. She worked closely with the Office of Fellowships on her application.
Being engineering, I hadn't written any essays in a long time. So that was very nerve-wracking, but the fellowship office is really helpful.
Associate Director for Global Education Amy Kehoe says Bassi submitted multiple essays, sent letters of recommendation, and interviewed in New York City to get the honor.
She was tremendously well prepared. She came to the process early. Her enthusiasm came through in every aspect of her application, and she interviewed incredibly well.
Bassi is graduating this spring, but the road there hasn't been without challenges. During her freshman year, Bassi struggled to get a diagnosis for a chronic illness, and in May 2023, she was a victim of a shooting.
I did take time off to do a trauma program that really was the ultimate healing gap that I didn't know that I needed, but I think that sort of pushing my focus to mental health sustainability while trying to be a very highly achieving person really that made it possible to sort of grow.
Even through hardship, Bassi's staying focused on her goals.
Even while you're going through these struggles, you can still put your best foot out there and you can still strive for high achieving things that you might not even feel worthy of.
After getting her master's, Bassie plans to pursue a PhD in biomedical engineering. Mila Branson, Northwestern News Network.
1, 2, 3.
Dozens of people lined Main Street to celebrate a new development for Sturgis Healthcare.
I just made it my mission about 10 years ago to bring healthcare back to this area.
In the past, Sturgis residents have had to travel to neighboring towns for urgent care. Physician's assistant Meredith Hall says she has worked for over 4 years to open her own clinic in the area.
That's why we were started, to extend healthcare to areas that had none.
Sturgis native Mark Lamb says he used to go to Morganfield or Henderson for healthcare. He says he's eager to have a closer option.
It's really convenient for us here, and I also take care of my 93-year-old mom, and Meredith has seen her before, and it's just great to know I'm 2 minutes away from great care.
I think it's the referral forms.
The clinic will offer urgent care for all ages and primary care for adults. Hall says she hopes to create a friendly environment in the clinic.
You know, when you come in, I want it to feel like your grandmother's house. Like, I don't want it to feel like a doctor's office. You know, I want the patients to feel comfortable. I want them to be heard and just be able to spend time with them and, you know, give them that old-fashioned touch.
These students are making connections by making contact.
It can be quite acrobatic, but none of it is pre-planned, so it requires a lot of listening, a lot of spatial awareness, and a lot of interoception or internal awareness in order to stay safe and avoid injury.
When they practice. Chrissy Martin is a theater and movement professor at Northwestern. She has been teaching contact improvisation in the dance department since 2023.
Stay still, right? You are actively working towards moving with someone and being in contact with them, which requires a level of physical touch that people are definitely not used to.
In the class, students gradually learn how to share weight with others as they move, from rolling over each other's backs to lifts.
I feel like I have more awareness of where my weight is, and I think I feel more comfortable dancing with other people and giving my weight to other people.
And this contact may have benefits beyond performance. According to a study published in the Journal of Comprehensive Psychoneuroendocrinology, physical touch can decrease blood pressure and cortisol levels, a hormone associated with stress. It can also help regulate emotions and promote calm. Students say it's also helped them get closer with their classmates.
You don't typically get that opportunity to feel such a strong connection with people in such a short amount of time in a class at Northwestern.
The class is open to students with and without dance experience. Martin says she hopes students walk away with more body awareness.
But I think the root of my class is about learning to listen to yourself and other people so that you gain a kind of confidence and comfort in yourself and your moving body that no one can really take away from you.
One person in your group.
This spring, Martin is teaching postmodern performance practices, a class that helps students develop more advanced skills in contact improvisation. In Evanston, Mila Branson.